We have waited so long for this day, and I just got done watching Godzilla Monster Planet on Netflix. Whew. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about that. I'm going to do a more in-depth review next. But this is just going to be quick things, my quick thoughts on the movie. Uh, I thought it was fantastic. It brought it's some of it is very familiar, but the way it's done is so different than what we've seen before. And of course, it's a brand new type of Godzilla movie. We haven't seen anything quite like this. Like I said, elements of it are recognizable, but for the most part, we're getting like brand new material for the most part. All this have been inspired by other films, definitely Shin, but definitely going back even to the Showa era. Visually, I was actually more impressed with the visuals than I thought I was going to be because like I said, I prefer hand-drawn animation to the CGI model, but it actually looked pretty good. Now, granted, uh, it's never going to be quite the same as somebody having traditional hand-drawn animation, but I thought they could get expressions down pretty well, and to me, I thought they emoted pretty well too. As far as the creature effects, I thought they looked pretty damn good. The music by Takayuki Hattori, but to me was his best score yet. Uh, and to me, that's honestly surprising because he scored two Godzilla films in the past, Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. And while they're all right soundtracks, are nowhere near my favorites of the past few movies, which blew me away. This soundtrack was actually pretty damn good. I'd say it's definitely worthy of download. It's pretty awesome. And then just to cover any last things, uh, perhaps the only oh well, I can't spoil too much without going into it. I guess I'll say this: my only negative thing I'd say is that I wish we had time to get into a few more of the characters. Uh, but it's not really a super critique because of the fact that this is once again just part one of a planned trilogy. So there's still time to build up these characters, but for what we got, I thought it was a pretty good start to it. And it asked what a movie really does is ask tons of questions that we're basically expecting to get answered within the next two movies. And I got to say, it really ups the ante because they asked a whole lot of what's the next plan of action, who's who, and yeah, what can I say? I cannot say much without spoiling it, but I thought it was very good. And one only problem, like I said, is that I wish the characters were a little more developed. But for a short animated film, about an hour and 30 minutes, and it's the part one of a trilogy, I don't put them to answer everything in one go. So my expectations for this were honestly not super high, but I think it actually exceeded my expectations quite a bit. Uh, I would definitely recommend everyone go see it. And probably the last thing I want to mention is that sub or dub, because you have multiple options, which, as much as I would have preferred a theatrical release, having on Netflix is actually a pretty good option because it gives you the option right then and there, well, of course, to watch it in your home. And of course, you can watch any language you want. Like when I saw Shin Godzilla in theaters, I'm more of a sub guy myself, at least as far as because movies go, anime it just depends, I guess. But as far as movies go, I always prefer the sub, and I thought the voice acting was pretty good. I did watch the whole thing in English dub because I still gotta get to class today. But I did watch some of it, about half of it in English dub, and while it definitely isn't bad. Some parts could have been handled a little better, but for the most part, I think the English dub was actually pretty solid. Pretty solid, not too hokey, and it takes it seriously enough without altering the dialogue too much. So I can be very grateful for that, and I think fans should be able to watch either way without, feeling their experience was diminished by watching the English dub. I think you'll be just fine. So all in all, I give this movie about a 9 out of 10. Honestly, there weren't many faults I had with it, and I thought there was plenty of great action scenes, and it's building up towards something really epic. I can't wait to see where this goes because ended on quite a cliffhanger. But I want to discuss this, so let's hear him get to the discussion. That's all I have to say about this movie. Definitely watch it. It is awesome. I'll be watching this movie probably several times over the next few days. In fact, it's Netflix is awesome. You can watch anytime you want. Like I said, I can't wait to buy the DVD or Blu-ray, whichever comes out first. Who knows when? I'm not sure when it's going to come out, but since it's on Netflix, hard to say. But two thumbs up for me, guys. Definitely check it out.